So in
True.
order to manage your own life, we need such studies, such philosophical studies to know your own nature. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking right now about like self-realization, knowing your soul and all. That is something which is very, very big. But just to understand your physiological condition, your psychological condition, because the education right now does not focusing on such factors. They are
True.
focusing only on how to increase IQ, intelligent quotient. But we also need to balance our EQ, emotional quotient, as well as spiritual quotient. And for that, I think yoga is very, very beneficial.
Hello everyone, I'm Shweta Angne, and as a holistic health coach, I help people thrive on their wellness journey. Like all of you know, we have the summer speaker series running on, wherein each week I have guests coming in from various different fields of health and wellness, and they give us their insights on how to live a healthy, happy life. So, our topic for this week is yoga in modern life, and I'm very excited to have Mr. Dilip Downeria here with us, who will be giving us his insights on the whole yogic philosophy. And to start off, I don't know what should I talk about you, because you have been in yoga, surrounded by yoga all your life. So you spent your childhood at Kaival Dhama, wherein you gained a lot of knowledge from the yogic experts there, and you have done like your diploma, your masters in yoga, and now you're even pursuing your PhD in yoga philosophy. And from your bio, I also saw that you have done a lot of workshops for like tech companies and for even like the Indian Army for that matter. And you do a lot of lectures in universities all throughout India and abroad too. So thank you so much for coming in on our series. It's a delight to have you.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. So to start off, tell me something about how has yoga really impacted you since like you've been in touch with it since childhood. How has it changed for you, and like how's the impact been for you?
So as I mentioned you that I was in Kevalajam Yoga Institute at my childhood. I spent almost around 13, 14 years.
Yeah,
So I used to see people doing different asanas, pranayams and all. So as a child, like when somebody is doing upside down, like Sirsasana, headstand and all.
yeah,
So as a child, it was like something magical. So we as a kid also used to do and all. And
right.
after 12th standard, I did a small course, a certificate course in yoga from Kevalajam only. And then I started pursuing my engineering. And for 4 years of engineering, I also used to work as a yoga instructor.
Okay.
And there I realized that we have a lot of problems, especially while our student life, especially in the youth. And while
Mm-hmm.
working, I realized it's very important to know yoga properly. And when I went for the studies, deeper studies such as diploma and masters, I realized that it is all about human life. What we are chasing. We don't know our
Mm-hmm.
ultimate aim, how to get rid of suffering. And not about that. We are going working as a manager somewhere, but we don't know how to manage our own life. So in
True.
order to manage your own life, we need such studies, such philosophical studies to know your own nature. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking right now about like self-realization, knowing your soul and all. That is something which is very, very big. But just to understand your physiological condition, your psychological condition, because the education right now does not focusing on such factors. They are
True.
focusing only on how to increase IQ, intelligent quotient. But we also need to balance our EQ, emotional quotient, as well as spiritual quotient. And for that, I think yoga is very, very beneficial.
Right.
And it has make an impact in my life in this way.
Oh, that's really interesting, because that's what I kind of quite a lot relate to it, because we live our daily lives like the you go through school, and then you have college, and you're trained to like, okay, these are the skills that you need to gain or study to get a good
Right.
job, and then have like earn a lot of money and all that thing. But after a certain point, you find that, okay, what's the real thing that I should know about myself? And on those lines, I guess uh, like I think yoga can be a tool, right, in
Right.
on those lines. Okay, so
So
on
I'll tell you in today's world, as
mhm.
topic is yoga in modern science,
Yes, yeah, that's
how
what I
we
was
keep updating. Yeah, how we keep updating our software so that our phone should be of best version.
Yes.
Same way, in order to update and to know your life, we need to like upload, download a software called Yoga to understand your own life and to make it little better.
Right. That's really lovely. Like the way you put it, like upgrading our software to live a more better life. So that was actually the whole idea when I was thinking, because when I was or I think when people start off with yoga, it just starts off more with a physical fitness perspective, right? So they know, okay, you have to do these asanas to stay fit, flexible, and then to some point, okay, there's meditation and there's breathing exercises and all those things. But yoga is definitely more deeper than that, right?
Right.
It's more like a way of life that you can kind of start incorporating in your daily routine. But when it comes to like our day-to-day life, so the truth is, like, we can't really think of it, like when you think of yogis and everything, it's more of, oh, somebody's going into some cave and he's sitting there and meditating the whole day. But that's not something which is really practical, and that we can't really do that, right? Because you still have to
Right.
live in the society and everything. So on those lines, like, what would be like your I could say like maybe some tips or tricks? That's a very small word, but like what
Oh,
should be the approach to like incorporate that yoga, or something that is more practically that we can follow and that people can really make use of? Because we know it's beneficial, we know we have to do it, but it just
yes.
stops at like, okay, do these asanas, do these pranayam, and it is good, it's not that it's harmful or anything. But what should be like the takeaways that people should really know when it comes to
Right.
implementing yoga in our day-to-day life?
So, like people think that yoga has only one approach, that is only about physical benefit, that they do 1 hour of asana, pranayam, and do some breathing, and that is yoga. So, that is a myth. Yoga, as you said already, that is about a lifestyle, that how to live your life. Yoga even takes care of the physical, that is right, but it
Right.
also talks about how to be healthy, like on a mental level, physiological level, psychological level, emotional level, intellectual level. It is like a
Mhm.
holistic approach. And yoga right now, what we are taking it as a preventive therapy. And we need to
Mm.
understand it is also a curative therapy as well as preventive, both. Sorry, we are taking only as a curative therapy. When we get some
Yes.
issues, when we get some back pain or some other issues,
Yeah,
depression, then we go for
true.
the yoga class.
Yeah, it's only when
So,
something
as you
crops
said,
up, yeah, then you said, okay, then like
yeah,
most of it, that's what happens. Like if you feel stressed out, that's what even I kind of tell my clients. Okay, you're feeling stressed and you're not getting sleep. Okay, try this
right,
pranayam, or try this exercise, stretching,
right.
this, that. But nobody really thinks before that. Yeah.
And that also why we are doing, because we are scientifically driven.
Yes.
So when doctor says it to you, "Ki do go and do yoga," then we go, then we call a yoga instructor, yoga therapist, and we start doing it. And before that,
Right.
we don't believe in it. Now, I suggest, okay, forget about, don't be a yogi, but if you, at least you can adopt something like asana, pranayam, meditation. Then people feel what will happen with this. We are doing very for a very small amount of time. So I always tell such people that you take a medicine, how big it is. Is a doctor giving you a full plate of medicine or just a small medicine which makes an impact on your system and makes you cure? The same way,
Mhm.
whatever we can adopt, this is a wrong question that what yoga will give you. Yoga
Yeah.
is very vast. What you can take it from yoga. So that is up to
True.
you. It's like, and it is not like a machine or something like you do for a overnight and you will get a huge change. It is
Right.
something, a process. It is about practice. It is about sadhana. And talk about like people suffering from when they go with issues like mental issues such as depression. It's a very important thing because right now, if we see about statistics, like almost around 8 lakh of people they commit suicide in a year. That is more than
Mhm.
the people died in a war. So
Yeah.
something, this is very, you can say, a topic about stress and depression which we are going through. And the reason is our patience and the tolerance level is decreased because the world is also providing us everything instant. And
Mm-hmm.
such condition right now in the COVID-19 where we are locked down for so many months, so we are getting very much depressed. So we need to understand that we should have that power of acceptance. We should have the power of like tolerating things, and we should have to develop a patience level. This all we can develop with yoga because this is about when you do asana pranayam automatically. But there is one more thing: the yoga should be done in yogic way.
Mm.
Somewhere yoga is also diluted.
Yeah.
People are just doing very fast yoga or something. They are making it interesting by like including lot of things like music, this and that. And that the where yoga should work, it is not working there. The people doing yoga for the enjoyment. So don't
Yes.
see it as an enjoyment. See it as something which you're doing to cure yourself or to manage yourself. So that is the one thing. Yoga should be done in yogic way.
Right. That's actually a good topic that you touched upon, which I was about to ask you later, like given the current COVID scenario wherein like people are in lockdown, the shelter in place. So, and I think even after things come back to the normal or not the normal, but they settle down, there would still be some kind of mental impact or something that is going to stay or linger around for some time. So in those particular cases also, like what should people really, like what can they do at home, like maybe right now, to something that they can incorporate in their daily lives when it comes to mental health, or like taking charge of their mental health, to be, and so that they come out stronger when these things settle down. So any things that you would suggest that we should be doing, like
See how
in the
often
current.
we are seeing our mobile screen for the like for watching different news or different Facebook thing or Instagram and all. So it is also very important that something which makes you disturbed is your mind. So give some time to see the screen of your mind. That's important. This is very important. You need to check your screen of mind very frequently. And for that, the meditations can be a tool. You just, in order to know the solution, first you should know the problem, that what is
Mm,
affecting you. So for that, you need to analyze and observe your life. And for that, good analysis, good observation, good concentration, you need to turn introspective, that watching yourself. And when you do this watching yourself, especially if you see in this scenario, COVID-19, we are working at home, we are sitting on the chair for a long time and continuously watching the mobile screen or the laptop screen. We are
yeah.
also developing the posture we have, we are developing back pain, neck pain.
Right.
And obviously we are used to of going out all the time, meeting a lot of people. And
Yeah.
suddenly we are stuck at house. So at this time, I think we got a good time to talk in the sense of yoga, which talks about how to be in isolation, how to know yourself. So if we see
Mhm.
from a yogic point of view, I think somewhere it is also teaching us how to be more aware, more conscious. I'll tell you before Corona also we used to touch our face a lot. But when the Corona came and they said, stop touching your face. And then we become so aware and conscious that so many times we are just touching our face.
Yeah.
So it is about increasing your awareness and consciousness. And also you're talking about okay, what we can do in such situation. I think it is a good time. We have good amount of time. We should start with small things like asana, pranayama, but simple asanas. And that should be done under a proper yoga instructor because the things can also go towards the injury. But the main thing
Right.
is we should have a acceptance. Like we always talk about stress. So if we see all the workshops are there, they are regarding stress management.
Yes.
And nobody talks about stress avoidance. So we
Mm.
have something yoga philosophy which can be a tool which can take you from stress management to stress avoidance because that increases your patience level, your tolerance level, your acceptance level. And when we talk about the meditation is something which takes you closer to yourself. We
Mm.
know about the world, we know what is going on right now, but we don't know what is going with us. And for
True.
that, the only thing to know about yourself is to you need to watch, you need to look at yourself. Now the question comes how to look at ourselves.
Mm.
That is the biggest thing.
Yes.
So when you do asanas, you get aware with the body. When you do pranayam, you get aware with the breath. And when you do concentration meditation, you get aware with the mind. So this is something process which is taking you from gross to subtle. Because if we have any issue, we always blame our mind. Yeah, it is this work is headache, or this I'm feeling paranoid,
Yeah.
or I'm not feeling like to do and all. But what we are doing for our mind? We are doing nothing. Continuously, we are feeding it with a lot of thoughts, with lot of activity. We are not
Right.
at all giving a rest to our mind. And when you're, if I take in a physiological way, your brain is working so long, so many activities are happening, and that creates cerebrospinal fluid, which is like a waste product, is created when your brain is active,
Right.
and that should go out, and that goes out when you are meditating or when you are sleeping. So this both factors are important. Okay, you should sleep properly so that the space which is there between your neurons, that increases, and that cerebrospinal fluid can come out through your spine. And also such time we are getting depressed, obviously we are not meeting people, we are not going out. That is the one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, it is very important right now what time we have got. We should start. It's never late. We should start with the journey with our asanas, pranayam, meditation, and also one thing, little bit of chanting. We should do about like mantra chanting and all, which takes you, like right now we are trying to keep our mind multi-pointed. So let us
Yes.
try first to make it one pointed. And one pointed we talk about, initially you focus on, like you can focus on some music. When if you are not at that level, you can focus on your breath, you can focus on some object. So instead of keeping your mind so busy with a lot of things, let us just
Mm-hmm.
give a training to make it one pointed. And for that I give some training to, I advise some people, like it's very important that every day you sit for 5 minutes or 10 minutes without anything. There should be no phone
Right.
with you, nothing. You
Just
just
like
close your
idle,
eyes and sit.
throw away everything, all
That's
your
right.
phones, and yeah, I think that
And
a
one
lot
of
of
the,
stress.
this is
Yeah.
something which is like very difficult to do.
Yes.
If I tell you some work that you can do, if I tell you ki just sit for 1 hour, don't do anything, that
Yeah.
is very difficult. So like it's very strange, like I'm saying just learn how to do nothing,
Yeah.
but that is really important.
I think, yeah, that's the whole with this whole fast-paced life that we have, right? If we have nothing to do, you feel, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm like wasting time. That's what people would say. What are you doing?
Right,
But if you think on those lines, like you're saying, how the mind also has to be like, give it some time to like calm down, get in place, and go inwards and understand. Maybe then that time is not a waste of time. It's something that would be really helpful
right.
for you, in fact, in the long run that way. That's really
And
interesting.
as yoga is about discipline, it also talks about to be in balance. Like if you're working too much, it's the issue. If you're not working at all, still it's the issue. If you're
Right.
thinking too much, it's a problem. If you're not thinking at all, it is also a problem. So
Yeah.
yoga teaches you how to be balanced. As Bhagavad Gita says, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. The equanimity or the being in balance is yoga. So we are not at all balanced right now. Someday we work a lot. If it is like Friday, Saturday, something we are working too much. Sunday we are not working at all. So yoga talks about being in discipline. And for discipline, I'll tell you one specific word, the rhythm. The rhythm is very important. At,
Mm-hmm.
you set your own timetable and you try to follow it. I'm not giving you any timetable. You just set your own timetable. We all set our own timetable, but we are not able to follow it and we
Right.
disturb it. So to come in discipline, we need a path of yoga, which talks about how to live your life in a proper way, in a better way.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
a small example I give you. We
Okay.
all are doing breathing.
Mm-hmm.
We all are doing breathing. Then why we need pranayama? Because we need to discipline our breath. We are inhaling, we are exhaling. There's a small pause also there between inhalation and exhalation. You want or not, it is.
Right.
So it's like when you discipline your breath in a proper way, that becomes pranayama. So when you discipline your life, that becomes yoga. A very simple thing.
Yeah, that's very beautiful. Disciplining your life, that's something that people have to really think about, because we are just so lost. Like especially, we just are like we have our binders on, and then you have like you have your career goals and any other financial goals maybe, but people don't really think of their health goals when it comes to, okay, this is where I would want to see myself after a few years, and like good,
Right.
healthy, and like good, healthy, even mentally fit and all those kinds of things. So that way, like it's good to have that kind of discipline or structure, and that's
Right.
something, I guess, it's just us that we can do it ourselves. I don't know, that's what I was thinking of when it comes to yoga, when initially you have to like tell somebody, okay, start doing yoga, these are all the benefits, and then maybe they understand it too, but they may find it difficult to kind of do that transition, because many people would find it like, oh, it's so slow, and And we are, like you said, we are so used to like the instant gratification kind of thing. You have to see
Right.
instant results, and yoga is something that you have to really invest and go with the flow and slow down and understand. And there's so much of introspection that we have to do on our
Right.
end. So on those lines, like, what would you suggest? Like, how do we? Yes, of course, like discipline is one part of it, getting onto it. But for that turning point, as to how would you like, how do you motivate somebody to like uh, get on the path of yoga? Because we all know it's like all these benefits, and we want people to get benefit out of it, and it's something that they can really cherish it. And like you said, it's not something you're just not living your life, right? You have to thrive in your life. You're not just eating, sleeping, and then ho gaya khatam. That's not the thing. It has to be
Right.
something that helps you grow and like live your life a more healthier, happier way. So what would be like your uh, tips and
Yes,
tricks
yes.
again
That
to
means the
like
question is
how do
how
you,
to make people inspire,
yeah, how do you
how to
get
make
them
people
to, yeah,
motivated that
get
we
them
should come on
started?
this path.
Yes.
See, at a point, at some point of life, we need we need a help of yoga. Now, some people come because they get depressed. Some people come because they have back pain. Some people come because they have neck pain. Some people come because they have some ailments, they have some issues, and the doctor suggests, okay, do yoga. Then we start the yoga. So we
Right.
need to understand that yoga is not only about curing; it's also about preventing. It's also about managing your lifestyle in a better way. As I was saying, disciplining the life is yoga. Okay, that everyone knows. We need to be in discipline, but how to be in discipline?
Yes.
So for how, we need to understand about the yogic philosophy. Now, when people see yoga only as a physical perspective, that is somewhere wrong. The yoga also talks about like how to live your life, what runs in your mind, how to get rid of all your thoughts, what problems will come in your life, why you suffer. Then it talks about what are the conducive and the non-conducive factors. Yet what you should do, what you should not. If I talk about eating, we also talk about the concept of mitara, how much you should eat and what to eat and what to avoid. So this,
Yes.
all things are already mentioned in yoga. Now, if we talk about the youth, why youth, especially the modern time, and also about the youngsters, why they should do yoga. Now, it's very important, as I said, mentioned one thing, our patience level and tolerance level is decreasing. If you
Right.
talk a person like, what that is the ultimate aim? And for what you are living for. So what is the ultimate? To earn money, to have a successful life. What after that?
Hmm.
So they don't have answers. And if
Right.
your aim is like to die, then why you're doing so much?
Yeah.
Just want to die.
Right.
And if you think the aim is to die, then why you're giving birth to someone?
Yeah.
This is something which is very, very important.
The deep
So we need
questions.
to understand the aim of human life. And for that, and to know your life, we know a lot of other things, but we don't know about your life. If I simply ask you, like, can you describe yourself? It will be very difficult.
Mm.
But that is very important. In order to know yourself, the yoga can be a tool. Now, talking about especially young minds, because they are much into gymming and all. And with that,
Right.
they will get a perfect body, six pack abs. But what we all are disturbed mostly from our mind. Every disease arising from the mind. First, psychic state. Now,
Mm.
people are not realizing that you are working on the body level. Suppose I have some stress of my job and continuously I'm in tension. First, it started from my thoughts. I'm disturbed because of few people and all. Then suddenly that start affecting my body. I got a heavy breath and all. Then that same thing will start from my mind, and that turned to some disease. Like I started
Yes.
having a blood pressure.
Yeah. You
So
start
I am
showing
going to
all
doctor,
symptoms. Mm-hmm.
symptoms on my body. So I'm going to doctor to fight with the some symptoms which is on my body, not
Yep.
on my mind.
Yep.
So again, I am still curing my blood pressure. I start taking the medicine.
Medicines. Yes.
So still we are working on the somatic level. We are not working on the psychic level,
On the root cause. Yeah.
on the root cause. And we will keep working on the symptoms which we are getting through the cause, but we will
Yes.
not work on the root cause. But yoga is something which will work on the root cause and will make sure that you become cure. So
Right.
this is something that is very important. The how the disease arises. It starts from your mind that you start taking things, you keep thinking about it, you become
Right.
more depressed. You're not giving rest to your mind. You're not giving rest to your thoughts. But when you do meditation, when you pranayam, your mind gets rest, your thoughts gets rest, and your attitude. As I'll tell you one more thing, your thoughts affect your feelings, and your feelings you can see on your behavior. But
Mm-hmm.
we are working only on the last stage, that is our behavior attitude. Now what we are acting, we know some morals, we have some values. That's why we are acting like this. But maybe something else is running in my thoughts. To make your thoughts pure, positive, we need such education, such as yoga education. Because obviously you will act properly because you have learned through your parents, teachers, society that how to behave
Yeah,
properly.
we're like
But
conditioned to
always
like be a certain way, talk a certain way, and yeah, do things a
because we
certain
use this sentence, na, ki behave properly,
way.
but we never say about think properly.
Yeah,
So the moment you think properly, your thought becomes pure. We say na think and act. That means think purely and act purely.
yeah,
So for making that change, that you should become calm, composed, balanced. One more thing, when you're calm, composed, happy, balanced, you become more productive, you become more active, you become more creative. Now, the person who's already sad, depressed, can't be creative. Because
right.
already a lot of things are running in the mind. So there is no scope to bring something good because your mind is full of some other thoughts.
Yeah,
So to make your thoughts pure, and that will start coming in your action, and that will automatically show in your behavior. So this is something like a cycle. So we need
yeah,
to work on all the things, but we are working only on the gross object, not on the
right.
subtle object.
I think, yeah, and maybe once like an individual realizes that, I think that would be like an enough motivation for them to like, okay, why I should be doing this. Okay, it's more of like if I want to like you said, change your behavior or have like good thoughts and kind of do a cleansing or a washing of your brain. It's something which is going to be like
Right.
beneficial for me. Then why should I not do it? So I guess that would be like a big push for somebody to like really start doing it or to at least think of doing it in the first place. So
Right.
yeah, so I mean, I don't know, yoga is such a like a vast topic and we can go on and on, but since we have like
That's
limited
right.
time and I don't want to stop or move your schedule with the lectures or a busy day that you have, but thank you so much, Dilip ji, for taking
Sure,
time
sure.
out and
Thanks.
answering all the questions and giving us your deep insights on the whole yogic philosophy and the whole idea behind how we can really use yoga to improve our lives and not just stick to the physical aspect of it or just the asanas or the meditation or the breathing aspect, but make it more of a part of our life so that we can really improve.
Right.
And yeah, thank you so much. And it was a pleasure talking
Thank
to
you so
you.
much.
Thank you so much. Thank
Same here.
you. Thank you.
Okay.